Hi, Miss Eglin here. This is pages 134 to 135. This is the collection 2 reading focus for how do you predict, visualize, and summarize. Our objectives are we want to make predictions from a text, visualize text details, and then understand how to summarize. Skilled readers think about what might happen next in the text while also thinking about what has already occurred. Predicting means looking at the clues the author gives you to point you in the right direction. Visualizing helps you imagine places, events, and characters. Summarizing helps you keep up with what you've already read. Making predictions. When you make predictions, you make educated guesses about what will happen next in a story. Predictions are not random guesses. For instance, if you are a sports fan, you may predict the outcome of sports events based on the team's records. Clues for predicting. When you read, base your predictions on clues the writer includes that foreshadow or hint at what might happen. Your knowledge of how people or animals behave. Questions you ask yourself as you read. Visualizing. A small dark island. A lush garden. Every story you read takes place in a particular time and place. Writers fill their stories with details about settings that make that time and place come alive. Pay attention to the description the writer includes. When you visualize, you form mental images of the details in the story. Tips for visualizing. Use the following tips for visualizing text. Look for sensory details that describe how something looks, feels, smells, tastes, or sounds. As you read, write notes or draw a sketch of what is happening and where it is happening. Read aloud. Hearing the words will help you create mental images. A model for visualizing. What images do you see as you read this paragraph? When they were discovered, nothing remained but 3 heaps of bones, picked clean by the birds. The story was that the 3 skeletons, gleaming with phosphorescent light, danced over the small rock, screaming. Reading focus. Notice the strong verbs and adjectives which will help paint pictures in your mind. And that's from 3 Skeleton Key. Summarizing a short story. Some parts of short stories are more important than others. When you summarize a text, you highlight the most important information in your own words. For a short story, you would include the main characters and major plot events. A summary of a text is much shorter than the original. Summary sheet. What to put in a summary of a short story. Use the summary sheet to organize the most important information in any of the short stories in this collection. Title and author, main characters, conflict, plot complications, and you can add as many as you need, the climax, the resolution. Sample summary. Here is the beginning of a summary of Amigo Brothers from Collection 1. 17-year-old best friends, Antonio and Felix, both dream of becoming a boxing champion. They train together until they find out they will fight one another in a match. They pledge to fight to win and then agree not to meet until the big night a week away. Then the boys fight for 3 rounds. In the end, read the story to find out. Time order words for a summary. Because sequence is an important part of writing a summary, be sure to use time order words and phrases such as first, second, next, then, until, after, later, eventually, finally, and in the end. Which of these words and phrases are used in the sample summary? Your turn. Apply reading skills. When you make predictions, how can you avoid making random guesses? Read the following passage from The Dinner Party, a story you will find on the following page. Which details in the passage help you visualize the setting? They are seated with their guest, army officers and government attachés and their wives, and a visiting American naturalist, in their spacious dining room, which has a bare marble floor, open rafters, and wide glass doors opening onto a veranda. Skills focus. Reading skills. Make a prediction from a text. Understand how to summarize a text. Describe mental images that text descriptions evoke. Visualize.